Hello everyone. We are going to go over the tier list for Nicolo Star Brawl future patch, the upcoming patch that will occur sometime during the last week of April. I'll be creating this tier list. TLDR, this is what it mostly looks like. It's still in development right now. I'd say it's about 80% complete. So I'll begin going through each character and explain why they're going to be where on the tier list. And I'll create a few points to make it all make sense. 3 main points of the upcoming patch that adjust the current tier list. And this is what it looks like. Once again, 80% completed already. Still in progress right now. Okay, so point number 1 is removal of momentum canceling, causing more frequent edgeguarding scenarios. Characters with unedgeguardable or close to unedgeguardable recoveries are significantly, or I'd say drastically actually, better than last patch. Characters, that's 1. 2 is characters with fantastic edge guarding tools and offstage game are significantly better than last patch. So the reason I say for the unedgeguardable rather than the edge guarding, so the defense side of recovery, not the aggressive side, being drastically rather than significantly, is because this. We're going to go through each character in the list real quick, and I'll explain how their recoveries are. Very simple terms. Reptar. His recovery is edgeguardable, however, for the majority of the cast it's unreactable since he grabs the ledge on frame 31. That means they need a light dare or a strong dare that edgeguards on frame about 12 or faster. Practically, the player can react to the sound cue of the up special faster than visual, and they can use a frame 15 move to edgeguard Reptar. Almost always it'll be a down air. Down air strong. Down air lights will either get out prioritized, he can mix up what he up specials his timing so the player just misses, and then through that he grabs the ledge. With the removal of double dare, he will not die to double dare until around 60% plus. So that means every time he gets thrown off stage, even if you grab him a 0, he's not going to get gimped. Ever. Unlike nearly every other character on this list that could get gimped from a strong dare and then follow that up with another strong dare and again and again and again. For the majority of characters. Toph, unedgeguardable, she has that platform she can use to mix up her recovery a lot. Pretty simple. Danny Phantom, unedgeguardable. He can mix up his recovery with up air strong a lot, and he has invincibility on his up special until he grabs ledge. Even though you can go out there and edgeguard him during the startup, for the majority of it, he's going to be able to recover Once again, even though he goes flying way off stage, he'll just up air strong. And that'll be his form of momentum cancel. He has one of the best wectoring in the game. He can basically short hop. Well, he can jump and then strong up air across harmonic convergence. That's how good it is. Lucy Loud, very edge guardable recovery. However, she has such a good neutral. What'll occur is she will win neutral, hit them with jab, hit them with light neutral air, and through that, they enter an edge guard position, and then she simply light dares 80% of the cast. Rinse and repeat. Until they get KO'd off the bottom. April, really good ability to mix up recovery. Mostly on an edge guardable. Korra, unedge guardable for the majority of the cast. You cannot react to her up special with a lot of down airs. Or you trade, and she just simply up specials again. We're going to find out right now what frame Korra grabs ledge. Just like how I know that Reptar has a frame 31 snap to ledge on his up special, we're going to find out what frame Korra has. And we're also going to look at the hitbox. Then we'll go over point number 3 of the steer list. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, she grabs it frame 21. That means you cannot react with any move in the game, except for some exceptions like Danny Phantom, down specials, which is frame 3 on release. Reptars, which is also frame 3, that might hit. More so it takes until frame 5 until it's down low because it's arcs. So there's a chance that you can the player can react with Auditor Q with Reptar Bite, actually. It's just not easy. So other than that, which is another advantage, Reptar basically has frame 5 down air strong with the chomp. I'll show an example. Garfield can put out his Pookie, however that's not good enough because he cannot have it. He doesn't have additional one to spike the majority of characters. So it works against Korra, Garfield as well versus Korra, just not versus the majority of characters in edge guarding. Okay, let's check this out. Alright, here we go. Gonna chomp. Gonna charge. Whoops. Alright, I'm just gonna full jump. Actually, one sec. I'm gonna toss her off stage. Then we can see how low it hits. Okay, that sent her nowhere. Charging, 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 and now release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At frame 5 it reaches kind of low. Frame 6 it reaches even lower. I'd say frame 6 is when it'll start edge guarding some recoveries. Frame 7. So frame 6 or 7 is when it'll edge guard spike a lot of recoveries. If it's timed very well. like that. It reaches somewhat downwards. It's not insanely good. However, for Korra, it works. So that's an example of a character that can edgeguard Korra. And other characters, when they recover and they do not sweet spot, like their body goes up above, like this. Like that. So frame 21, Raptor can edgeguarder, Danny can, Garfield can. However, let's take a look at who has the edgeguarding ability to edgeguard her real quick. As an example of why some recoveries are just so much better than others. Mostly, Reptar cannot. Actually, Reptar can, my bad. Because of his down of his jump, which we just went over. Toph, no. Doesn't have the move to do it. Lucy Loud, light down air, however it'll trade, then she'll just up special again. Strong down air, too slow. April, same thing as Lucy. Helga, same thing. Doesn't have a move fast enough to react. That's not light dare. Same with Aang. Shredder can actually as well with his strong dare. Opelina. Lincoln. Sponge. Michelangelo. Sandy. PTM. Nigel. Leonardo. Ren and Stimpy. CatDog. Patrick. They just do not have an attack that is not light dare, which once again she can just up special again until like 90 or 100%. And then she just snaps the ledge way quicker than the strong dare or down tilt can hit. So that's why she's so high on tier list. Now we're going to actually speedrun the rest of them. In terms of recovery, I'll give a percentage of how edgeguardable they are overall compared to the rest of the cast. We're going to find out when Helga snaps a ledge, and that'll give the answer to Helga. Keep in mind, Korra is very vulnerable off stage, in a way, because she doesn't have a disjointed light nair or strong nair. She has dive kick, which is solid, and as long as the Korra mixes up the timing of the dive kick, she should be okay. If they don't, though, then it's rather free. You just jump off and then hit her once, and then it's GG. Okay, so we're going to find out right now. Charging and then release is what matters, because that's when the opponent reacts. Because I can just hold this for like an entire second to mix up the timing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, I went too high, my bad. Gonna charge it again. Wait till she freezes. And release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31. Okay, so 30 frames minimum is the answer. Whoops. 30 frames is the answer after charge. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, 30 frames. So that means if you have a move that is around 15 frames or faster, I said cutoff is 15 frames, 15 frames or faster. This is if you have a good monitor that has low lag, you have a controller that's overclocked, that cuts the millisecond from 8, for example, to 4 milliseconds. A good website to find out how laggy your monitor is rtings.com. You'll get the response time and the input latency. With that, I'd say 15 frames. If you have somewhat laggy, then 16 frames or fast. Sorry, not 16. Then you'll need a 14 frame move or faster. Okay, so now that we have the answer, we can conclude here. Who has a strong dare that's 10 frames or faster? Or some way to gimp that on release, for example, is 10 frames or faster. Other than Winston Shredder, Reptar, Danny, none. This means Helga's recovery is unreactable to punish. So you can't edgeguard her consistently. That's what it means. This is why I put her as 7th on this list. Now on to Zim. We're going to find out how many frames it takes for Zim to snap to the ledge. Zim is actually extremely light, so you can actually consistently edgeguard him once he gets around even just 40%. Light dare him on a reaction to his up special, and then he gets KO'd off the bottom. This is the primary reason why he's down low compared to the previous patch. Also, he doesn't have a ridiculously good light dare or strong dare. He has Gur to edgeguard. He has a lot of Gur setups, actually. If he did not, then he would have been way lower on the list. Because he can just light air and then use Gur to hit them once, and if they DI in, they get hit by strong air or strong down air. If they DI away, then rinse and repeat. He just Gurs again. And Zim reacts to the Gur hitting, and then strong airs. He doesn't have to commit unless they DI in. Like that. There, the computer DI'd away, or did no DI. Did no DI. So that she had less recovery options and then just KO'd off the bottom. Okay, time to find out the frame lethal on Zim. About here is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Like, it seems like 29 is the answer there. We're going to do it again, though. At a higher height. So that we're sure. They grabbed it immediately. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay, a lot of characters have it rounded to the 10th. That means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. As for when they grab ledge. It's either the frame after the 10, the multiple of 10, or on the frame of the multiple of 10. So for Zim, it's frame 30. That gives you 29 frames to react and do a strong dare or release or light air. If we assume the player reacts in 15 frames, then that gives the player 14 frames to work with. If he doesn't sweet spot it from inside, from the bottom, bottom inwards, like over here, then opelina dare can catch it. A lot of light dares can catch it. Practically every light dare catches this. You simply hold on to ledge and then react, and then you can air dash down, double jump, you can let go, just dare, and he gets edgeguarded. So he's much more volatile than he is in the current patch, because right now he can always momentum cancel and then mix up his timing on recovery now, and then recover. Otherwise, over here, he has way less mix-ups when he falls over here. Primarily, he simply momentum cancels out of hit stun and then grabs ledge. Pretty simple. Or just back onto stage. Next patch, it'll be more so like this. Like that. If he burned his stealth jump, as an example. So like, instead of momentum cancel here, go to that, and then do that. So it doesn't get spiked. Aang goes up the tier list in most of people's tier list because he has an un-edgeguardable recovery. He might have the fastest one in the game, especially for how much he can mix it up. I'm guessing it's frame 20 that he grabs ledge. That means there's no way, like, unless you have a frame 5 light dare rather, that also reaches down very low below, which is non-existent. Maybe Reptar can do it, which I believe is frame 7, by the way, not frame 5. Then he just never gets edgeguarded, period. Not to mention he has the airball that can drift a lot. Mixed up timings a lot. Okay, we're gonna count now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, 24 he grabbed. I believe he can grab sooner, actually, because I did way too low. So do it at a higher height. Right now. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, there we go, 22. Think he can do it even faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Okay, so he grabs a frame 21. That's insanely fast, lol. In order to edgeguard this, the player will need a frame 6 or faster light dare. Not every character has that. Not to mention light dare that spikes downwards. And Aang will have to be at about 100% for him to get edgeguarded. Otherwise, he simply up specials again, and due to the dare chains removed, there's no chaining it, and the opponent will be in lag, and likely miss as long as he mixes up his DI. Then up specials and grabs ledge and gets a reversal. Because they'll be busy with lag of the second dare, because they have to read. If they want to go for the mix-up on his timing. Say at like 20%. Otherwise, to get the second dare, they can actually just react. That is if Aang does no DI, usually is the mix-up. That gets them KO'd from a double dare in this current patch and the next patch. Meanwhile, Aang has this. It's got a frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. That reaches pretty dang low. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Whoops, that wasn't even the lowest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Which is kind of low. Test it out one more time right now. Yeah, that reaches decently low. He also has a strong dare, which I believe is very good hitbox. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And when you fast fall downwards, it covers a lot of the edge of the stage, as we see. It's kind of hard to see, so I'll do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, it reaches. That's very good. So that means if the opponent has a recovery that is about 36 frames or slower, then aang can simply use a strong dare to edgeguard. So far, the characters we went through, Reptar frame 30, Toph can mix it up a lot, Danny invincibility, Lucy's the exception, April can mix it up a lot, Korra, I believe that was frame 30. That's your grab ledge. Helga, I believe that was frame 30 or faster on these two. Actually, I believe Korra was frame 22 and Helga was frame maybe 30. I'll start noting these down. Korra. I'll just check the VOD later to confirm. Helga. Reptar. Sim. Aang. He snaps the ledge too low for Schroeder to down air strong. This is why Aang wins a matchup he doesn't get edgeguarded, whereas Aang has a chance of edgeguarding Schroeder. However, Schroeder can mix up his recovery a lot and also just sweet spot by going very down low. Shredder's takes about an entire second to snap the ledge. He has to do the first iteration upwards and then the second one. The path to this. The first one, traveling upwards, never snaps the ledge. The second one always does. So he has to wait until the first hitbox is done, which takes like about 40 frames. He can actually get edgeguarded. He's skilled edgeguarding. It's just difficult, and he's new. That's why for now he's here. He'll likely drop down to here once people are very good at edgeguarding. Sure. Okay. Opelina is going to be a volatile character. Volatile. This is because her up special is very easy to punish. You have to wait about 60 frames in order for Opelina to actually grab ledge. That gives every character in the game any tool they want to reactively edgeguard her. It's not a very fast up special, so she can't really pressure mix it up like Leonardo can do with his up special. Even though his mix-up doesn't actually work properly, because for Leonardo it's also an entire second. So mostly it doesn't work as a Opelina either. However, she has a great neutral with her goop and her projectile, as well as some of the fastest air strongs in the game and grounded strongs in the game. This means she can hit the opponent with strong dare, build up percent with her strong dare, and after hitting the strong dare, they go flying and then enters an edgeguard position, and she has the best or second best strong dare in the game. We'll show it as an example with Sin, not Sin. It's too slow to edgeguard Sin. Let's say somewhat difficult recovery to edgeguard. That would be... Actually, it's not too slow to edgeguard Sin. He'll just likely sweet spot. Okay, here we go. This will surprise some people, frankly. I'm going to jab him so he doesn't grab ledge. Whoops, I missed. LOL. Okay, raising the percent. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. On frame 15, it reaches down low, and as we can see, it covers a lot. Frame 16 reaches even lower, and continues for that frame. Then 17, it hovers for another frame, and it still covers the slant, as we see there. So it's insanely good. And then it ends. 15, 16, 17, yeah. However, we'll go through her recovery just to show. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And her eyeballs are hurt boxes. That's pretty funny. That definitely is a detriment. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 50, and she just zooms past the ledge. God, that's funny. Okay. Anyways, you get the point. With Oblinious Recovery, it's very edge guardable, so she'll be volatile. But she has the tool to edge guard many characters. As we can see here, we saw frame 15 was when her strong dare reached far down low. And these characters that have frame 30 grabs, they are literally by one frame fast enough that Oblina cannot reactionary strong dare. One frame is a rather significant amount of time, in reality, actually. That frame 31, from my experience, Oblina can actually react and punish 100% of the time. Frame 30, in my opinion, let's see, one moment. Yeah, frame 30, in my opinion, 30% of the time, the Oblina can hit it. If ever. 30% or less. So it's very fortunate that Helga and Zim have that. Just because they get invincibility on frame 30, so it's basically like 29 frames of commitment, and for Upper it's 30. Because 15 reaction speed and 15 strong down air speed equals to 30, so they need to be in up special commitment for 30 frames in order for Oblina to get the edge guard. Okay, I will be right back. Okay, now we will go through Lincoln. Lincoln Loud is very interesting in the way his strong dare is, because it is the best strong dare in the game in terms of overall disjoint and range, not in speed. The hitbox is way bigger than the animation looks like. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. As we can see, it reaches very, very low. 23, and then ends. Like, yeah. You can also see the laser, the VR sword, red laser. It's in about the middle of the second hitbox, so it's really not accurate to the hitbox, the animation at all. It's kind of funny. So when Lincoln Loud becomes a problem, a menace, then we will see Strong Dare get nerfed immediately for hitbox accuracy purposes. LOL. Okay, so next. So far, the defining features of the S and A tier are unedgeguardable against the majority of the cast, and ability to edgeguard against the majority of the cast. B tier is edgeguardable by about half the cast, and ability to get edgeguarded. Well, let me rephrase that, because it's not necessarily accurate. I'd say medium ability to edgeguard or recover in B tier, and then down in C tier, it's they may have the ability to edgeguard, however, the recovery is extremely edgeguardable, so they get edgeguarded every single time. Nigel simply because he won't be able to momentum cancel nor worm momentum cancel out of hit stun anymore. Same with his light dare. So I'll show an example of what occurs once we get to him. Garfield, we're going to find out when he grabs ledge. SpongeBob grabs ledge on frame 60, or frame 50 rather, 51. The moment his hitbox ends. Time to find out how gimpable and edgeguardable Garfield is. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Okay, went too high. Alright, and here we go. Probably too high. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, too high. Whoops. There we go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27. Okay, frame 27. That's pretty good. This is why Garfield's not garbage. However, sometimes he is heavy. This is why this is okay. He gets light dared. As long as you DI it properly, aka not straight down, then as Garfield, you can up special again. And if the opponent goes for the follow-up dare or follow-up attack after their initial dare, they might get reversed on. And then at that point, Garfield gets on stage, uses strong down, and they get KO'd. Frame 27. If he had a greater ability to edgeguard, he would be higher up on the list. However, he's not. And we're going to bring up the points real quick. Okay, so once again, drastically, because unedgeguardable. which is greater than fantastic ability to edgeguard tools and offstage game. In simplified wording. We see many of those in the S and A tier. Now let's talk about the edgeguard game. The off-game edgeguard game. Offstage edgeguard game. Characters that can competently do offstage edgeguarding game. Toph, she can jump off the stage, even use her dash attack to do so, strong dash attack. Use her platform after hitting them, and always recover. Danny can do the same with his up air stalls, up air strong stalls. He has insane edgeguard game actually. April can do the same thing. Cora has dive kick. Helga has enough speed and drift to pull it off, as in addition to her up special. Zim, not really. However, he does have that Gur, as we talked about. Aang does, because he has amazing recovery and has airball. Shredder simply can use his down air strong a lot. And he can also go off stage because he has amazing recovery. And light dare, strong dare, those can be used to edgeguard off stage, or at least pressure and rinse and repeat. With strong air, with light neutral air, they get hit by it. If they're DIN, they get hit by up air, light, or even strong up air. If they DI away, then rinse and repeat pressure with edgeguard. Offstage game. Even though it's not the greatest. If it was better offstage game, he'd be higher on the list. Lincoln doesn't really have a good enough recovery to do so. Same with Garfield. Just doesn't go far enough. SpongeBob doesn't really have disjoints in order to pressure with light dare, and he can get reversed against characters that have a disjointed enough strong dare, such as Opelina. Have a releasable attack that's disjointed enough, such as Danny Phantom. Actual Danny will not get edgeguarded most of the time against SpongeBob. Will not successfully edgeguard SpongeBob, actually. So I'm actually going to put him a little bit higher. Sponge. Michelangelo can do it. PTM can do it. Leonardo can do it. Point number 3 of this tier list is going to be accounting for counterpickability. Counterpickability, unlosable matchups, and unwinnable matchups. Tier list assumes players have a minimum of 2 to 3 characters that they have to counterpick with. At this point in the game, everyone has played most of the characters, so they could counterpick with the character. Most players have 2 characters that they can play decently, maybe 3 or more. Every single player you run into, they could develop a counterpick. So we should assume that they will have more than one character. Specifically at top level play, this is what occurs. Players pick up more than one character because there is such a thing as unwinnable matchups for certain characters. It is very common in fighting games for a character to have unwinnable matchups against some of the cast. For example, Reptar has an unwinnable matchup against Opelina because she can always reactively strong down air edgeguard Reptar. It isn't as prevalent right now because of the lack of edgeguarding that exists in the current patch. Due to edgeguarding being more prevalent without momentum canceling, we will see more unlosable and unwinnable matchups because edgeguarding is what takes off the stock very quickly and is the majority of KOs in platform fighters. Edgeguarding and offstage game have the most ability to KO whenever the player and their opponent are in that position. This works indirectly with center stage via reversal attacks. For example, if the character has an attack that reverses them, sends them the other way. Most common of all is grab. Every character has it. They can grab them and then reverse them, throw them off the stage. For example, let's say April is cornered against Korra. April can, from the corner, just grab Korra and then short up, down throw her off the stage. And suddenly she's in an edge guard position. So what Korra must do is respect that range in order to not get reversed on. She must give up some stage space. Otherwise she runs into grab. This grants April some stage space control. Through that, then she can win neutral more consistently due to having more space. In addition to that, neutral wins often lead to disadvantage, such as juggling, and eventually into edge guarding. Right now, it's very common for players to DI towards the edge of the stage simply because they can momentum cancel, or use other forms of wectoring in order to recover back onto stage and grab ledge with a million different mix-ups because they're so close to the stage. They don't go flying far enough due to the wectoring and momentum canceling. In this game, the majority of up specials are edge guardable, either by rinse and repeat light dare or a reactive down air strong. Examples of this is Shredder, Opelina, Lincoln, SpongeBob, Michelangelo, Sandy, Powdered Toast Man, Nigel when he goes flying very far off stage, because he has limited vertical recovery, so he can cut off his movement horizontally, Leonardo, Ren and Snippy, CatDog, Patrick. So we're going to count the characters that have exploitable recoveries due to always being edge guardable. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 out of 22. So that's 9 compared to 20 compared to 13. So the majority. Roughly, let's see, how much percentage is that? That's 4 more than 11. I think it's 2 more than 11. 2 of 22 is 10. It's about 9%. It's about 9%. Meaning about 60% of the cast have an edge guardable recovery that gets out prioritized by down airs or strong dares or special moves that attack downwards. This is done on purpose by the game design team to reward offensive play. Specifically, reward play that puts the opponent in an edge guardable position so that there is such a thing known as disadvantage state, more than just in juggling. So it creates a true system of sorts where they are in disadvantage state if they are in the juggling position, and they cannot just simply drift towards the edge and then recover with up special. Like in Ultimate, many characters can simply drift towards off stage and then recover with amazingly good mix-ups on double jump and up special, or even just up special, or side B stalls, side Bs, etc. This way, there's two forms of disadvantage. There's ledge trap, and edge guarding that are very close to each other, very deeply connected. This makes it so there are three main forms of disadvantage in this game. That's one, juggling, disadvantage, being above someone. Not always a disadvantage, by the way. Primarily, it's a disadvantage when they're cornered in this game. So cornered and in the air, in a juggling state. Two, in an offstage state, where they're far off the stage. Three, when they're on ledge, in a ledge trappable position. Those are the three main forms of disadvantage. Ledge trapping is weaker in this game than it is in other platform fighters. That means defensively it's weaker, offensively it's stronger, because you lose invincibility faster when you do get up attack, get up roll, neutral get up, compared to other platform fighters. The good thing about this is, since there are multiple forms of disadvantage that are truly connected to each other, offstage game is connected to edge guarding, as in two framing, or strong daring, their recovery of up special. Edge guarding is deeply connected to ledge trapping, and ledge trapping is deeply connected to air juggling when they're cornered. And a somewhat of a disadvantage is air juggling when they're cornered to when they are cornered, which is also connected to ledge trapping deeply. Having 5 forms of disadvantage, one somewhat disadvantageous, the other 4 very disadvantageous. Arguably, the air in the juggle situation is somewhat disadvantageous, not very disadvantageous. When they're cornered in the air, rather than having 2 forms of disadvantage, which right now there is less disadvantages than 5. And right now there's no offstage game, so that's 1 removed. There's not that much edge guarding, so that's another removed. And sometimes there's not even ledge trapping. So it's about 2.5 forms of disadvantage in the game currently exist. Next patch there will be 5. Which will increase the skill ceiling a lot in this game. Simply by positioning. In a neutral state, no one's doing any attacks, no one's in a commitment form. They're simply free to do mix-ups. So it's not like attacking on block. So with the more forms of dynamic, the more dynamic and the more unique states of game there are, the more the skill ceiling increases, the more skill the game takes. An example of this is in MOBAs, where the state of the game changes drastically by characters leveling up, getting items and abilities over the course of around 40 minutes. Every about 2 minutes, someone gets an item. The player levels up an ability. They unlock an ultimate, etc. that creates about 20 different states of games that the players must be good at. That creates depth. So here, with 5 rather than with 2.5 or 2, there's more depth. So that's a very good change that occurs with wectoring and momentum canceling. Now we'll talk about counter pickability briefly. Now that we went over the understanding of why counter pickability, unlosable matchups, and unwinnable matchups occur due to increased edgeguarding, ledge trapping, and offstage game within positioning. How good of a counter pick is X character? Reptar. Reptar can up special, he can still DI off stage, next patch, and grab ledge, because frame 31 he grabs ledge. He'll be heavy enough that he doesn't get sent off stage into an edgeguard position, where they can simply light dare, rinse and repeat, or strong dare, go off stage and strong dare him, or light dare him, or even just light dare or strong dare him, because he won't go flying that far, because he's got a lot of weight on him. Right now we're going to check his gravity. Then we'll speedrun the rest of the list. Okay, he has 138 weight, 122 gravity, so more gravity than normal. And fall speed of 33, SpongeBob has. Fall speed of 30, which is about average. And gravity 110. This means Reptar falls faster to the ground, is more likely to hit a tech situation, which, for most of the cast, being in a tech situation where you either tech in place, tech roll either way, or do no tech, it's a better position than being in an edgeguard state, offstage state, and arguably ledge trap position. It's because you can always tech roll in, and if they read a tech in place or tech roll away, then you suddenly have a reversal, you're in center stage safely. And you can rinse and repeat tech rolls and with tech in place and tech roll away in order to eventually escape this disadvantage while maintaining a reversal option. This doesn't really exist with ledge trapping. Roll doesn't have enough invincibility frames in order to reverse, nor does it go far enough. This is because in order to go backwards, like with the tech roll away, the player would have to jump off stage, use their jump off ledge, and then within a matter of time, they either have to commit to a double jump or an attack or special move in order to land on stage, otherwise they fall down off stage. Most characters do not have the range to attack from jumping off stage. Like, I'll show an example. This character, Garfield, he has Pi, however, that's it. He can do this, Pi, and then grab ledge again. However, that's his only option. And they can simply block it. And rinse and repeat edgeguard, ledge trap. As we see there, light dare doesn't reach, obviously. Same with strong dare. In addition, if they off the ledge roll in, they're still cornered. Whereas if they roll in over here, they roll in, they're in the center. So it's more rewarding. It does vary per character and matchup. However, I believe fundamentally in this game, across the board, it is consistent. Maybe 80% of the cast is true, or 90%, that it is better to be in a tech situation than be cornered on ledge. Not so prevalent this patch, because once again, the wectoring. Excuse me. Okay. Now time to speedrun the rest of the list. It's rather simple. Sandy has an edgeguardable recovery, not the best offstage game. However, she does have offstage game because she has really good, amazing drift and a strong nair that she can use to kick and hit the opponent. Just hit them once with a strong nair, and then hit them again, and then recover from it from very far away. PTM, sorry PTM. He doesn't have the best ability to do that. It's very risky for him to do so. He will always get reversed on if he misses. Nigel actually has a decent ability to do that because he can down air light without being in hit stun because he's in the advantageous position, and then he can simply nair, light nair. Leonardo, his recovery takes 6 frames. He'll be edge guarded every time. He does have an amazing ability edge guard, however, and he can also go up stage. When Sippy goes very down bliss because they don't have an attack. Their light dare does not reach down far enough in order to edge guard. Nor do they actually have a solid, if not good, offstage game when they're in advantageous position. It's because their light dare reaches very far, as well as their light nair reaches rather far and it's rather disjointed. Also have light up air if they need to use it. They can stall using armor. They can use the waft. They can fake going out and then just down air strong back to stage. Or even just grab ledge with it. Catalog has a pretty poor offstage game. His light dare is not disjointed. It's like the way he goes in a circle, half circle, he goes like this. Half circle. Hitbox is not out. Hitbox is distorted, however. And then it moves just a bit. And then hitbox out. And then stays that way for some frames. So it's not favorable. It'll likely get out prioritized by disjointed recovery. Or just attack. Rather than even just trade. Like it would if it quickly distorted. As in went like this, then went like that. Next is Patrick. Patrick's recovery takes 50 frames to grab ledge. He grabs it on frame 50 or 51. That means he can always get strong dared by everyone in the game, and he should effectively get edge guarded every single time. Right now, he's top tier because momentum canceling stops him from ever getting an edge guard position or an off stage position or even ledge trap position once again. Next patch, he won't be able to momentum cancel out of everything. He'll enter a juggle state, off stage, high up, after he even double jumps inwards or air dashes inwards. Then you simply need to hit him once, and then he gets edge guarded. Or gets edge guarded off stage. Gets KO'd off stage. So that is the tier list for now. Now we're going to take into account counter pickability. And that will finalize the tier list. I don't see Patrick being valuable as a counter pick. This is because not only does he have a terrible light dare, so he can't do off-stage game, they can simply act out of it rather quickly. His recovery also gets edge guarded rather quick. The thing about Ren and Stimpy is I believe their fall speed is very low. So SpongeBob, that is 30. Ren and Stimpy is not fall speed, my bad. That was not fall speed. 108 Ren and Stimpy. And SpongeBob is... Why is it 30 fall speed? And then Ren and Stimpy 100. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. Let's just see a different character, see what the numbers say. 33. 33. Okay, I guess there's an error, a bug with Ren and Stimpy's information. So we'll just use a different example. Cat Dog, also just fundamentally too weak to counterpick. Ren and Stimpy, if they have an amazing recovery, then he's still very good because he has the down throw, down strong, mix up combo. Or if their recovery is so bad, like Leonardo's is, that he can simply down strong every time, then yeah. This moves Ren and Stimpy up the list some. This game will be far more balanced next patch because there's a lot more volatility. Volatility means kind of RNG-like because of the increased offstage game and edgeguarding game, where people can simply get KO'd off one interaction. They get down thrown off ledge, and then they get red once, and then they get KO'd. That'll happen more frequently. Or they get red once, and then get red again on the recovery, and then they're KO'd. So 2 interactions. Rather than now, it takes like 4. That gives fundamentally every character the greater ability to KO. Meaning the ability to take stocks is greater. Fundamentally. Across the board. Nigel's still very good as a counterpick simply because he can up air heavies forever. So I'm going to put him up higher. Mikey can do the same thing to heavies. However, he just gets edge guarded too much. His recovery is just too weak. Garfield has some purpose, primarily versus Korra, where he uses Pookie and then gets guaranteed edge guard versus Korra, whose recovery is usually flawless. This is why I put him here, rather than lower, because even though he lacks edge guard ability. SpongeBob has an amazing up special. There's a lot of characters that simply cannot edge guard him. This is why I put him up over here, rather than even lower. Lincoln Loud will be more volatile than SpongeBob is because he can down air strong every move like SpongeBob do, so he'll directly counterpick SpongeBob. This is because Lincoln Loud has a better neutral than SpongeBob. So while he has a terrible recovery, both will get edge guarded, but Lincoln Loud will win neutral more. This puts him higher up. Opelina has an even better neutral in my opinion due to her strongs, giving RPS a winning neutral of RPS for her because her aerial strongs are so fast and cover so much space. So that's why I put her above Lincoln. Same thing in regards to edge guarding and recovery as a Lincoln Loud though. Shredder as a counterpick character, he can juggle some characters very well because his light nair is disjointed and has active hitbox. So you can simply do that, rinse and repeat. He can also juggle decently well, even if they DI away in light nair. And he can also edgeguard high up recovers very well, rinse and repeat with it, and get early KOs that way with strong dare. So he directly counterpicks and has unlosable matchups against some of the cast. An example of recovery-wise unlosable is versus Garfield. He can edgeguard Garfield every time. If Garfield goes low, he can simply drop down low and then light dare. And then he can recover and just get, he might get down smash, or he recovers very high using up special, and then decide special to recover. Not exactly sure on the specifics there. It's a complicated matchup. Garfield's a complicated character due to Pookie. He consistently edgeguards Ren and Stimpy. PTM the Force. Free on Leonardo. Leonardo's got terrible recovery. Next patch on Patrick for sure. Cat Dog. So he has unlosables against these characters down here. And Sandy. Not Opelina, simply because Opelina has the goop, so that counters Shredder's side special that flies across the stage. I put Opelina this high up because she has unlosable matchups against Reptar, because she can always down air strong his recovery, as well as unlosable against Ren City, because her down air strong is so big, it covers all of his up special, so he can never mix up and juice up special back on stage. Same for PTM, Leonardo, Cat Dog, Patrick. Lucy Loud, I'll actually move Lucy Loud even lower because of this. Because this is frame 21, I'll put Cora even higher. Cora can also just jab or light air, and then they're sent flying off stage. Danny Phantom, same thing. He has insanely good light air. Frame 4. He can do it twice in one short hop. It sends them at a good angle off stage. Sends them decently far and fast. Aang, as far as counter pickability, I think he's valuable because he cannot be edgeguarded ever. So his stocks go up way high. While he can edgeguard them, he can even jump off stage and off stage KO them. So characters that have on release attacks, like Shredder, Reptar, Danny Phantom. These characters, who they typically can react and edgeguard, even if they go down low, he can mix it up enough that he'll recover a decent amount of time, even if they just react. In addition to that, his recovery is just so fast, he grabs ledge so fast from such a sweet spot that Reptar can't edgeguard him really anyway. Danny's takes time to set up, so it won't really edgeguard him anyway. Gurr, he can just dodge Gurr and mix up the timing. I believe his light air out disjoints Zim or trades with Zim, so that's pretty solid. He can strong down air SpongeBob's recovery. He practically should never lose against the characters in B tier and below, because he can always edgeguard them. They can never edgeguard him. He's got solid neutral enough to benefit from it. Now, the important aspect of counterpickability is their ability to counterpick high tiers and top tiers. Not really mid tier and low tiers. This is because high tiers and top tiers, they are more common. In addition to that, they are not as fundamentally flawed. So, meaning top tier and high tiers do not have as many losing matchups against top tiers or against the rest of the cast. So, the ability to pick that one character or few that counterpicks a high tier or top tier is extremely valuable. So, we're going to look at what characters counterpick Reptar. That is Opelina, Danny Phantom, Zim, so we'll move him up a spot and move Reptar down a spot since he can be counterpicked. Yeah. Alright, now see Toph. Toph's weakness, next patch. The thing is, she might not have a weakness. She's already incredibly fast and small and has disjoints. So that means if they decrease the amount of lag or improve her block stun, right now she's about -8 on everything. And yellow block makes it -10, which is huge. That's a huge window to punish. Then she won't have a weakness if they make it -6, for example. She also counterpicks a lot of characters, primarily those with no disjoints, or rather with no range, without long enough range. Or speed. For example, she counterpicks Shredder because Shredder's Light Nair does not reach far enough forwards. So he gets outzoned by Toph already in the current patch and loses. Her strong attack, her neutral strong being the core of her gameplay, also counters projectiles, so she does well against Xin, does well against Helga, Danny Phantom, Reptar Fireball. Even though she doesn't have the best edge guarding, two framing, countering sweet spot with the spike, because she doesn't have a spike, she's still fundamentally good enough against these top tier characters that have unedge guardable recovers anyway, that she gets the top spot. Now, Danny Phantom. So the question is, what characters do counter Toph? You'll find the answer down here. Not PTM because his recovery is just too garbage. Actually, PTM might do well against Toph. Because he can overspeed her. Maybe still even next patch. Leonardo is simply too slow. Cat Dog might do well with enough range and speed. Patrick can just YOLO dash attack. That might work out well, especially since she's light. KO her in a few neutral wins. Okay, I'm just going to put Leonardo even lower because he can't do that for Toph. And he can't edge guard these characters, so he loses a lot of his power. I'm going to turn off that sound in the background. It's kind of annoying. We're going to zoom in to make it more visually appealing. We're going to zoom in even more. Other than PTM, Frank Sippy will do well because they will not get spiked by Toph. Going to move him up a spot. As well as him out of D tier and C tier because he serves a purpose. we're going to change up the order that we do is we're going to look at the low tiers that counter the top and high tiers and see how many they counter. So we'll start with Leonardo. Nope, 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 nope. Okay, so he's garbage, so he's down there. Patrick? Nope, 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 nope. Actually against Lucy Loud, yes. So put him up here. Actually, no, that's still not good enough. Cat Dog, he can combo people a lot, pretty well. So, Reptar, yes. Cora, yes. Lucy Loud, yes. He hits kind of hard with strong air. So you can just hit her once and then KO her. Doing the move her down a spot. Move him up a spot. Actually, nope. Going to keep him there. PTM. Once again, Toph. Nope, I don't see one for PTM. PTM is going lower than these two, actually. Sandy. She might be able to overspeed Toph, actually. And she can even go off stage against Toph. Reptar. Nope. Danny. Nope. Cora. Nope. The thing is, none of these characters can really edgeguard, so I need to pay more attention to, like, neutral. She can do well against Helga just because she spams snare. As well as him. Now the question is whether or not she actually wins. I think she actually might do decent against him. Now would I say counterpick worthy? Maybe, actually, because she's so sprayed with a strong aerial. Which is her snare. So that is these two. And Danny Phantom as well. So I'll keep her here for now. Ren Stimpy. Imo does well against Reptar because he always gets a grab into down air into down strong. Danny Phantom. Actually no, I get Danny Phantom, not next batch. This is a recurring theme that we see here. The lower tier characters don't really counterpick higher tier characters. That's because they're the worst character. Alright, so B tier. Yeah, B tier. Opelina. Opelina does well against Shredder. Zim, because she can use her air strongs and ground strongs in order to reflect Gur. And Reptar. And I assume is able to outzone Korra. As well as Lucy Loud. And she does well for Sable, because she can down air strong and up air strong, mixed up against Capra and Boom Mike, which wins the RPS 2/3 of the time for Opelina. So she's going to move up to this tier, because she counterpicks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 characters. So she's actually going to go way up. And now for Lincoln. Lincoln Loud, next batch we'll do. Let's see how good will he do. He'll likely do well with his amazing. Well, not necessarily. He could edgeguard game due to his projectile. Spinning circle toy thing. The Beyblade thing. So I can do a lot of coverage with that, and also just light air or light air. Or just strong air. Even just strong dare. So he'll be volatile because he can edgeguard them, so it could happen. He could win. He out-disjoints and outspeeds Reptar. So he kind of picks Reptar. Shredder. Lucy. Opelina. So that's a few right there. Now let's compare that to SpongeBob. Cannot edgeguard him. Actually, Danny might be able to. Probably will be able to. Actually, no, he can't. My bad. None of these characters are really combo food except for Reptar and Korra. Let's see what Korra's weight is and her fall speed, so you can see how comboable she is. Gravity as well as gravity. Gravity 112, weight 109, fall speed 40. So she falls faster than most, so SpongeBob can up air her across the stage. So 1, 2. 3, because Shredder cannot edgeguard him. 4, Lucy Loud. 5, well, not Opelina. He also just gets counterpicked by Opelina. Gets outzoned by April. Actually, next match, April will be nerfed. So I'd say this is an even match. He gets outplayed projectile-wise and normal speed-wise by Helga, because her lightning air is simply better. Goes even with Aang, or loses. So I'm going to keep him right where he is. Garfield, who does he counter pick up here? Reptar, because he just out-mobilizes him, out-projectiles him, zones him, disjoints him, outspeeds him, stuffs him. Pikachu loses to Sponge. Well, the thing is, they both lose to Sponge. That's kind of the issue. Our Shredder just has so many unlosable, like 100-0 matchups against these guys. Mid tiers and below that, he's just going to save it right there. Whereas Sponge does not necessarily. For example, against Sandy, Cat Dog, Leonardo, Michelangelo. So yeah. So the question is, how counterpickable are they? Both counterpicking against someone and being counterpicked by someone. That is the question. Nigel has pretty unlosable matchups against Friend Sippy, PTM, Patrick, Leonardo, Cat Dog, Shredder, Reptar, Korra. Okay, so because Reptar and Korra, I'm going to move them up, so. I'd say, also due to unlosables, I'd say Nigel over SpongeBob. Now Michelangelo. Michelangelo has unlosables against arguably Ren Sippy next patch. Cat Dog, because he can always down air strong these recoveries. Every single time. Even if they sweet spot. Or mix it up. Where exactly, like if they prop ledge from far over here, or from here. However, against top tiers, let's see what he does. His recovery gets destroyed by light dare because you can simply light dare, and then he goes through so much lag to up special again, has no rising hitbox, that you can just light dare him again. So you can basically light dare chain in. And he's huge, so it's easy to hit. Consistently it hits. He does very well against Korra because he just out disjoints her a lot, outspeeds her, outprioritizes her. Does well against opelina. It's 2. And Lucy Loud. And Lincoln. As well as Sponge. So I'm going to move him upwards actually. So up here, that's 1, 2, not 1 actually, not Reptar. 1, 2, 3, then a few down here. Okay, so that is that. I have, let's see here. April, we'll go over April now. Nerfed April, which we assume all of her strong attacks will be 1 frame slower, so 1 frame slower up air, or 2 frames slower up air, neutral air, down air. That's going to make her other big difference. I still think she'll counter Reptar. Actually, not necessarily. The thing is, Reptar doesn't have an answer to her RPS dominance in neutral. However, she dies in a few hits. She'll still have the camera combo on Reptar, I assume, so I'd say that's still a winning matchup. Frankly, I think that being a bit slower will make her get blown up by Danny, as well as Korra. Still win against Zim and Helga and Shredder. And Lucy Loud. As well as Aang. Because she'll still outzone them. And still have that camera combo to some extent. They might decrease it from, I think it does 40% right now, down to 30, maybe in 20s. And now Zim. Oh, before that, April against the low tiers. She camera combos Mikey, Lincoln because he's big, got big head. Nigel, Sponge, Garfield. The theme with these characters, they're heavy. So they kind of get comboed to shreds by April. That's C tier, that's D tier, that's F tier. And a theme with fighting games and platform fighters, any game that includes a combo system as a skill curve or as a skill meter to be filled by the players, where they get rewarded for comboing, of course. Characters that are more comboable or more punished specifically by combos are weaker. So it also applies to light characters. There are combos that do set damage in this game. For example, Korra, down air, her up throw, down air, light up air, light down air, jab reset, forward smash does about 70%. No matter the character, light or heavy. So it won't do as well against heavy characters since she has to do it multiple times in order to reach a neutral win that leads to an edge guard or offstage game position advantageously. Whereas camera on April, up throw into down air strong camera, that does not necessarily work beyond 1 hit. Mostly it typically does not. After 10 to 20%, you up throw them once, you camera them, they DI away, they get out of the combo. Simple. The reoccurring theme here, and this creates this imbalance, is the heavy characters have poor recovery. It's an unquestionable theme in this game. Sandy, Ren and Sibby, Michelangelo, CatDog, Patrick, PTM, Leonardo. Except for Reptar, they all have poor recovery. Like, very poor. No rising hitbox, or they take 60 frames or 50 frames to grab ledge. It's absolutely terrible. Whereas Reptar, once again, 31 frames. And has rising hitbox. And sweet spots from a very low height or distance. I'll show an example. This is important to know because Reptar, putting him as second, continuing now. So that is April. So I would keep her at the spot that she's currently in. Zim counterpicks a few characters on this list in high tier, top tier, and even B tier. Due to outzoning, he defeats. This is with level 1 Gur Zim, where Gur is level 1. So that means it goes even with projectile. So Danny Phantom Bolt, which I believe is faster, less total commitment, they both explode. They neutralize each other. Right now I'm looking at the other characters to see the counter pickability and zoning. He zones out Shredder and also doesn't get light narrowed and top aired. He zones everyone in B tier and below, like very hard. However, what really matters is the S and A tier. Yeah, that's the right spot for him, actually. Now Helga. The thing about Helga is she has an amazing projectile that combos into KOs. She also has a lot of attacks that send them horizontally to the right and far, or left. That's jab, light air, and strong neutral air, all of which do so very well. So she'll be able to go off stage and light down air them while they're drifting forwards because they have to in order to recover, and then KO off of that. I'm going to put her one spot above Zim because she can do this very well against Helga. She's basically as fast as Helga, however, she has more disjoint with her light and air and attacks, better out of block game, and a projectile. Though she loses to April because they can RPS, reflect her projectile, and opelina, and Toph. Right now I'm considering dropping Cora down to A tier because she does get zoned. However, it's only one character, three characters that really zone with projectiles in A and S tier. She's rather fast, so she can sort of deal with it. Alright, I'll move Core down to 8 tier because of the problems with counter pickability against Sim, Helga, and Opelina. She stays here because she can do the 60 or 70% combo on April and then edge guard, dive kick as well. Same thing against Helga, Opelina, Danny, and Jim. So actually, I'll keep her as tier because she just gets one grab or one opening, jab reset, into grab, or even just a light dare neutral, and then boom, they're at edge guard position. When they get hit once in neutral by a jab or light nair, or even just from a throw, they enter an edge guard position after they get ledge trapped initially. So it takes two interactions for them. Like she jabs the opponent, then they enter ledge trap, then she hits them one more time, winning the ledge trap advantageous position. Then she goes off stage and edge guards them. Off stage. So she is valuable as a counter pick after. I believe she wins even if they outzone after considering the combo game. Okay, now I'm going to show everyone the recovery of Reptar. How he can go very low and sweet spot from very low. Then I'm going to end the video. Reptar kind of summarizes everything about the tier list, where the question is, can the character get edge guarded by a strong dare against her up special? Can the character light dare or strong dare to KO the opponent? Will the character even enter an edge guard or offstage position? And Reptar does all of these things very well. First, we'll see his light dare. Rather, 1, 2. Okay, let's see how it goes. Goes from here, here. See how it's kind of like neutral, a bit above his bottom leg, tail. Then it goes down here. That's a significant jump from his hurtbox to the end of the hitbox downwards. And then again, it goes significantly downwards, so it's likely to trade. And hits kind of hard. So this will edge guard a lot of characters. And it goes even lower. So we'll see that in effect here. I'm going to toss Opelina off stage. And now light dare. Whoops. Right there. That'll edge guard a lot of characters. Trade or otherwise outprioritize. Likely true. Now time for his recovery. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Oh, I went too high up. Okay, we'll do it from very low. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. And it keeps on rising, so we might actually grab this. 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. That's pretty solid sweet spot range. I believe you can do it even better when it's done at the 30 frame range. So do right here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Okay. So we saw there on the last frame where his hurtbox was high up, however, it was inside the stage. Most attacks in this game, like light dares and whatnot, they will not hit that spot. So the majority of the cast will not even be able to strong dare or light dare, even if they read when he up specials. It won't go low enough, or they'll land before the final frame where it arcs towards the edge downwards. I'll show an example. First I'm going to put opelina off stage. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoops. 1. Okay. Show an example. Right. Now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. See how it's pretty low? It's pretty low right now, however, it could go lower. The thing is, Rockplay's going to land the next frame. So that happens pretty often, where landing limits the range of the light down air or light or strong dare. So that's Reptar just barely sweet spots and doesn't get hit. So yeah, that is the video. This patch, once again, will occur sometime during the last week of April. This is all based off theoretic, not on results. Tier lists should be made based off theoretic, include ability to counterpick, as well as newness of a character. So if example Shredder is higher than he will be in a month from now. So yeah. Thank you everyone for watching, and I will see you all next time.